Hi, I'm Michelle, and today I'll be giving you an in-depth guide on how you can start off a non-profit corporation. We're going to be discussing the methods you can use to form a non-profit, pros and cons in forming it, and which are the best services out there that you can use to speed up the process and make filing it a lot more accurate and easier. So let's start. What is a nonprofit? Nonprofit organizations are legal entities that operate to serve public benefits and address community issues. Unlike for-profit organizations, nonprofits do not aim to generate any profit. The IRS generally exempts nonprofit organizations from taxation as well. However, based on the business entity structure, you're going to be receiving tax exemptions as a nonprofit. Often, the goal of establishing an LLC is to make profit. Yet, to be eligible to receive tax-free charitable contributions, a group needs to incorporate as a non-profit organization, which is a legal structure an association requires to be constitutionally exempted from taxes. The combination of these two ideas typically leads to so many obstacles to navigate when you're starting off your non-profit LLC. To exist as a non-profit LLC, an LLC must meet two conditions. The LLC must be entirely owned by a single tax-exempt non-profit organization. Number two is that the LLC must abide by the 12 regulations written in the IRS mandate. Limited liability companies as exempt organizations update. Regardless of how daunting and complex most people find meeting these stipulations, a non-profit LLC still enjoys many benefits, including those denied a traditional for-profit company. Best for charitable nonprofits are 501c3 organizations. They are the most common type for nonprofit. They raise money by soliciting donors and grants. Examples of 501c3s are those that address global concerns such as need for education, religious support, and medical research. Private foundations are also part of these organizations. Instead of running charitable programs, these foundations fund other 501c3 organizations through grants. Now, these type of organizations have some restrictions surrounding the types of public services in which they can be involved. Namely, they cannot participate in political or lobbying activities. These organizations can participate in some lobbying activities, but they must limit the funding of such activities to around 10% of their operational budget. Now, those that exceed this threshold run the risk of losing their organization tax-exempt status. Next are the ones which are best for political and lobbying non-profit organizations. These are 501c4s, and they have a tax-exempt status and have social welfare organizations. Their purpose should be to promote the public good. In contrast to 501c3 organizations, this particular nonprofits have free rein to participate in political and lobbying activities. They can, for example, endorse political candidates and promote legislations. For this reason, organizations that aim to take political stand would do well to apply for this particular status. Unlike in 501c3 nonprofits, when donors donate to a 501c4 organization, their donations are not tax deductible. In most cases, these nonprofits must disclose to solicited donors that their contributions are not tax deductible. However, these organizations are tax exempt in that, like a 501c3, they do not have to pay federal income tax. Best for social recreational clubs is a 501c7 status. It's designated for nonprofit organizations that run social or recreational clubs. They are primarily membership organizations that are funded by members in the form of fees and dues. Examples of 501c7 organizations include country, dinner, hobby, community, associations, and amateur sports clubs. 501c7 nonprofits must receive at least 50% of their funding from the members. However, 35% of the donations can come from non-member donations and 15% can be of the funds raised through public's use of the social club's facilities. While membership contributions are not tax deductible, most 501c3s do not have to pay federal income tax on membership contributions. However, they may be taxed on contributions that are not from members. While most nonprofit organizations are 501c3s, there are 28 under 501c designations. As such, it is important to do your own research, find out which type of 501c designation would suit you best and meet your goals and make your desired impact. Now, to begin this research, the IRS offers an updated list of their organizations and their definitions. Now let's talk about the advantages of incorporating as a non-profit LLC. Despite the difficulties of starting a non-profit LLC, it enjoys many perks like a limited liability protection. Because it has limited liability, a non-profit LLC receives legal protections similar to those enjoyed by the traditional limited liability companies. As a result, the trustees and directors and stakeholders of a non-profit are not liable for corporate liabilities. Simply said, a nonprofit benefits from legal protections that separate owners and directors' personal assets from debts incurred by the corporation. A better chance of receiving federal grants and donations from private foundations. Due to the selflessness of not-for-profit projects, a nonprofit organization is well placed to receive funding from both the federal government and the private institutions. Continuation of philanthropic projects, a director's demise or exit from the firm will not end in the business operations, meaning a nonprofit LLC activity is continuous. Exemption from several federal and state taxes. Once a nonprofit LLC meets certain legal obligations, its owners could file for tax-exempt status, thus excluding the corporation from meeting certain tax commitments required for a conventional for-profit LLC. The tax exemption bureaucracies and non-profit LLC obligations to the IRS. The most common non-profit status that organizations seek is the IRS's 501c tax-exempt status. However, to qualify for one, a corporation must satisfy all but not limited to the following conditions. A nonprofit must provide an exact statement that explicitly limits the company's activities to one or more tax-exempt objectives. In other words, a nonprofit seeking tax exemption cannot participate in activities that do not fall under the IRS's tax-exempt pursuits. These objectives must be stated in the organizational documents, which is a document that you will file when you're starting a tax-exempt nonprofit. The language used in the organizational documents, which is called the organizational language, must affirm that the LLC operates exclusively to promote its members' charitable purposes. The LLC's organizational language must forbid any direct or indirect transfer of an LLC membership interest to a recipient other than a non-profit 501c3 organization or to a government entity. Based on the entry of the organizational language, an LLC cannot merge with or become or convert into a for-profit business unit. Regardless of a nonprofit's tax exemption status, its owner is still required to file articles of incorporation with the authorities of the state in which the company hopes to incorporate. You can either form your nonprofit by doing it yourself, in which case you can choose to fill out the forms online or send them off via mail. The other method is that you can choose a professional service to help you with the process. There are many services out there, but we recommend you use the top 3: Inkfile, Zen Business, or LegalZoom. We have done a detailed review on all of these services, which you can check out on our channel so you get a good idea of which one is more suitable and affordable for you and your business. I'll be leaving the links to the website in the description below. You can go there, check them out. Or you can visit lcbuddy.com/new and get the best deals at any given time. And now we're going to go through the steps that you need to cover in order to start off your nonprofit. The main step is to choose a business name. Now, before you name your business, you must know that the name should be easy to remember, should be available in the state, and follow the LLC naming guidelines. You can find the naming guidelines at lcbuddy.com/new. Now, the 4 key things that you need to be aware of when you're naming your LLC is that the business name should be available and no other business in the chosen state can share that name. An LLC, it should be there as a suffix in the company name. There are a lot more other suffixes, so you're going to have to go through the naming guidelines. You cannot use any name for your business that is confusing or misleading. So terms like Treasury, State Department, FBI, they should not be included. Now, terms like bank, university, attorney, doctor, they can be added, but only after you fill out the additional paperwork on top of having a licensed individual like a doctor or a lawyer as part of the company. The board of directors oversees the overall direction of your company, the big picture. To incorporate, you're going to need to appoint an initial board, but you can replace this temporary board with a more permanent one after your setup is done. Different states have different requirements for the number of people who must be on your board. You may only need 1 board member, or you may need 3 or more. A registered agent is also known as the service of process or resident agent. It's that entity that's going to act and work on your LLC's behalf. They're going to be receiving all the important paperwork and all the official government correspondence within your selected state. This is why you need to have a very competent registered agent for your LLC. You need to make sure your registered agent is a resident of the chosen state or at least has a physical street address over there. Their business address is going to be used as the LLC's principal address. Our top 3 recommended services do offer registered agent services as well, but the costs vary, plans vary, so be sure to check out lcbuddy.com/new for more up-to-date information. Now we're going to start over. A key thing that you need to know when you're getting a registered agent is the importance of having one and having a legit one, because in case of any lawsuit or if you get sued, the lawyer of the other party is going to do what is known as piercing the corporate veil. Most people believe that they're setting up their LLCs for tax purposes, But the real reason for setting up your LLC is to limit your liability. Basically, what it does is that it creates a divide between your personal assets and your business assets. So if you're sued in your business, they cannot go after your personal assets. When you're sued, the attorney is the one suing you is going to start looking for cracks in your LLC. And this is where they pierce the corporate veil. The first thing that they're going to check is, do you have a registered agent? Is the agent legit? And have they been filing the paperwork? Some states require corporate bylaws to be recognized legally as a corporation. Corporate bylaws are rules and regulations of a corporation outlining how it operates. You can draft bylaws either before or after you've submitted your corporate information documents. Corporate bylaws provide a roadmap for how the company will be run and how decisions are going to be made. These bylaws should clearly include the role assigned to each officer, how business decisions are going to be made, where and when annual shareholder meetings will actually occur, the percentage of shareholders needed to make decisions, and where and when dividends are paid. If you need assistance with drafting this legal document, it's a really good idea that you consult with a corporate lawyer. You're going to need to file a legal document called the Articles of Incorporation with your state business filing agency. It's usually the Secretary of State. In most cases, you can complete this process online. Although requirements can vary from one state to another, the Articles of Incorporation will typically include the corporation's name, address, its purpose, the name and address of your registered agent who's going to accept all the legal papers and on your corporation's behalf, the name and addresses of incorporators and or initial board members. The best thing to do is research what documents are required for your Articles of Incorporation according to your specific state. Every state has different requirements, different terminology, different forms, and filing fees. Once the articles are approved, you're going to receive a certificate of formation. The EIN is Employer Identification Number. It's a 9-digit number given by the IRS to make it easier to identify businesses for tax purposes. The EIN is necessary for any active business or any business for that matter. EIN is needed when your LLC starts hiring employees. To obtain an EIN, all you have to do is fill up a form, which you can do online or by mail, and submit it to the IRS. The process for filing for tax-exempt status varies depending on the type of 501c organization that you seek to form. To file a 501c4 tax-exempt status, for example, you must first register your organization by filing Form 8976. Then you must file Form 1024A to request a tax-exempt status. In contrast, to apply for a 501c3 exempt status, you must file Form 103. The most common type of 501c tax-exempt nonprofit is 501c3. Now let's go a little bit through the top 3 services, see what they have to offer, just so you can have an idea of who they are, what do they offer. So this is the website for InkFile. Now, what you can see is you can just directly jump and start your business, or you can just go through this website. And you're going to see all the things that they have to offer here, the packages, services, a little bit of intro about what they're about. Let's jump up and see what kind of services they're offering. So now you can see you can form an LLC, you can form a C Corp, you can form an S Corp, you can form a non-profit. There's a lot going on here that you can just choose. You can also get these services as an add-on to your business, or you can just get them separately. They have a lot of resources. You can go, you can read up things if you want to get to know more about your business, how to start your business, how to grow your business. There are tools and there are guides all over this website. You can go through here, you can learn more about the company itself, or you can just click on Form Your LLC right now and you can see how you can form it. The kind of services that they're offering is you can go through different services separately, such as the EIN number, you can get a DBA, you can get an S Corp election that you've been searching for, you can get free tax consultation, you can get a trademark, you can form an S Corp as we're discussing, you can form an S Corp, you can form a corporation, you can just go and form a simple LLC. So this is the LegalZoom website. As you can see, there's so many options up here for business, personal, or you can even hire attorneys through their website. As you scroll down, you can go in through all the things that they're offering, why you should choose them. There's legal help for every part, for their business, for LLCs, corporations, DBAs, for family stuff like estate planning, last will, power of attorney. Also for intellectual property such as trademarks, copyrights, and patents. Now you can even go through a list of customers and clientele and what they have to say about the company itself. All their offerings such as sole proprietorship, register your business as an LLC or corporation, C Corp, S Corp. You can run the business, how you can get registration services, annual reports. There's also stuff that you can get like such as trademark recognition, trademark search if you're going through that as well. Now here we have the website for Zen Business. There directly you can start off your LLC there. You can check up for the business name search as well. Go through that. Or you can compare your packages. What are they offering? There are 3 kinds of plans: a starter plan, pro plan, and a premium plan. So you can choose which one is offering better for you, which one is more suitable for your business, and you can just go with that. Then you can scroll furthermore. There are business types such as LLC, C Corp, S Corp. You can start any of those if you want, if you're thinking of looking into that. And this for small businesses, and you can have your filing options and services. You can file documents with the state. All the steps that you need and that are required of you are available here. So over here, if you click up in the plan and start part, you can find business planning guides, how much your startup going to cost, research your market, make a business plan, all about marketing, how about starting your business. Products and pricing, they're going to give up the prices and the packages they're offering for all the services being offered, like forming LLCs, S Corp, corporation, DBAs, operating agreement, everything. You can use them to brand your business, such as a business name checker, reserve a business name, register a domain, build a website. They all even offer that. Or you can go through banking and finances, where you can open a bank account, or you can manage your finances through them. You can run and grow your business, in which you can get taxes and accounting, compliant forms, and you can grow your business, get fundings. And why do you need Zen Business? There's an about us. You can go through that. Why is it a more suitable option for you? You can learn through there. I hope this guide has helped you out in understanding how you can start off your non-profit corporation and all the prerequisites needed to make it happen. Please continue supporting our channel by liking the video, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the notification button. Thank you for watching.